Hey guys, welcome. Okay, so I am now trying to catch up to this last event for this version. Um I haven't opened the new area yet, and I'm still traversing in the desert of the Archon quest. But hopefully I am not going to have so much trouble with this because the area is very hard to traverse right now. Wait, I also need
All right,
Kazuha for this
let's head
one.
off.
Yes, Kazuha, let's head off. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh, right. This stuff. Sorry, God. Now go away. Where are we now? Let me first navigate to the waypoint. Wait, is it at the bottom? Oh, it's probably at the bottom. Will I be able to navigate my way? Because I can't see what's in here. Let's keep up. Let's just...
There's no such thing as pure freedom in this world.
Let's just keep up on the surface.
Not blow on forever.
What the heck?
Quit following me. Hup. Huh. Search for it. Hup. Quit following me.
This is going to be a long journey, guys.
Squall and fury.
We're almost there. And we're getting closer to the red line. Hyman is going to show up again. Wow, we're traveling Spider-Man style. We're almost there. Oh no. I alerted some mushrooms. Go away. Alright, we're entering the area. Oh, there's a waypoint just nearby. Bonk donk noise. Dig. Paimon wonders what it is. A mysterious drum. This one has a cryo marking on it. Oh, come on. This is no treasure. It's just some tattered old drum. We don't know what it could be used for either. If we brought this one back to the academia, let's say we brought this back to the Grand Bazaar. If we brought this one back to the academia, that's right. They might want to hear more about something we found in the desert. Paimon's not all that interested in the studying stuff, but if we can make a little this and that off their budget, why not? Hold on. There's a note over there at the side. It might just hold some clues. This time, I've been commissioned to try to find a local order and obtain information about something known as the Sign of Apaosha. I must say that remuneration seems quite outsized when compared to the mission content. I hope I won't get caught up in any trouble. I reached the entrance of the Tamir Mountains with the help of the Aramite mercenary, but he refused to continue onward, saying that this was the border of a war. Must be some sort of desert dweller superstition. On contrary to what I was told, it seems that these Nagarjanites are not very friendly to outsiders. Looks like I'll have to try infiltrating their ranks. I finally managed to make it out. Thankfully, these people are pretty civilized, so I managed to get away with my life. As I thought, these high remuneration commissions always have something fishy going on. It looks like an adventurer's work doesn't suit people who just want to earn some quick mora. I'll just leave this drum here. Maybe someone will pick it up. That way, I guess I won't totally disappoint Miss Catherine. They mentioned Catherine. So it's an adventurer, not actually a researcher, but it was probably a commission from the academia regardless. Let Paimon see. Huh? This seems to have been left by an adventurer. The Sign of Apaosha. Paimon's not super sure what this guy's talking about, but he sure is irresponsible, leaving a commission unfinished just because it's hard. But since that's how things are, let's hand this drum over to Catherine and let her reassign someone to complete whatever commission this was. Okay, so we're now going to head back to Catherine. It seems. Wait. Talk to Catherine, who is back at the academia. And for an adventurer, he had to hire an eremite in order to get across the desert. Hello there, traveler. How have your recent travels gone? They've gone quite well, thank you. I've heard about your previous adventures. It seems that you become very experienced. As long as you keep going, I believe that it will only be a matter of time before you become a truly great adventurer. Speaking of adventures, we found this on one of ours. This was led by some irresponsible adventurer. We thought it'd be bad if the commission he took never got resolved, so we brought it back here. A mysterious drum. This one has a query mark on it. Indeed, this item is key to our particular commission. Thank you very much. The commission linked to this drum is a very important one from the academia and is also critical to the expansion of our operations. Unfortunately, we have previously given this commission to various talented adventurers. They have all invariably failed. Oh boy, here comes trouble. Well, this is an issue that even the academia cannot solve, so we did expect a relatively high failure rate. Actually, Paimon's getting kind of curious now. What sort of commission is this anyway? Simply put, a recent star observation by researchers from the academia. Star observation. So it's around Layla's Dharma. Led to the discovery that the northern skies have become blocked by a strange, heretofore unseen phenomenon. Concerned that this would have a greater impact on the accuracy of any astrological calculations, the academia immediately put people together to investigate. This resulted in them delving into ancient records within which they found mention of a strange phenomenon known as the sign of Baosha, which bears strong similarities to the recent recurrence. According to these records, the celestial sign appears after the disaster that engulfed most of Tibet 500 years ago. So this involves the Archon War. It's the Archon War, right? No. No, it's is it the Archon War? No, it's not. No, I don't think it's the Archon War. It's but 500 years ago. What was happening 500 years ago? I forget. There's so much more happening. I can't keep up with the timeline anymore. But if I remember correctly, 500 years ago would be about the timeline the traveler actually came here, right? Although the circumstances of its eventual disappearance are unclear, its position has been determined to be near the Tamir Mountains at the northernmost regions of the desert. However, that area has only ever been sparsely populated. Even when the ancient desert realms were at their peak, they did not extend that far. If I remember correct, it keeps on going to my mind. I think it's the one that was happening around Khvarena. I get the feeling that this has something to do with Khvarena. And after the Cataclysm 5, oh right, there we go, the Cataclysm. Cataclysm 500 years ago, that place was one of the areas worst affected by encroaching abyss due to it being connected to an ancient underground realm. Since then, it has been declared a restricted zone by the academia. The only people who still live there are a mysterious darshan known by the academia as the Nagarjanites. The Nagarjanites. Though they seem like legends to an average person, they were once a darshan of the academia, albeit one split off 500 years ago. Then the researchers who wished to fight the monsters from the abyss banded together and traveled to the depths of the desert, and the Nagarjanites are an organization comprised of the people who stayed there in the end. That said, it has been many years since they have branched off further and further from the academia. They even seem to have developed their own academic traditions. It seems that they also worship a form of energy known as Khvarena. Sorry. Excuse me. This energy communicates with them in the form of spirits. Well, I feel that I'm going off topic now. The academia believes that this faction is strongly related to celestials. Fine. However, they have not been able to establish contact with this group as such. Have commissioned the guild to assist their investigations. This is a winter inspiration for us as well. Ruins related to Conria are located nearby. Ruins related to Conria. So, yeah, 500 years ago, Conria are located nearby, but exploration in that area has been declared taboo by the academia until now. If this commission is a success, perhaps we will be able to participate in further expeditions to those ruins. Since you have heard me say this much, why don't you take this commission on? You're just finding someone to step up to the plate, huh? Guess this is our business now, huh? Well, since Conria is involved... Yeah, we are investigating Conria anyway. So after all that, it sounds like we just need to look for those whatever rights, right? Sounds like it'll be pretty easy and we'll get some more from the academia too. Yes, that dome you picked up was originally given to us by the academia to be as a token of good faith in our dealings within the Guardianites. Just give it to the organization's leader. It stands to reason that they will have some way to solve this problem. I'll be leaving this task in your hands, Dan. I've marked the rough position of the Tamir Mountains for you. Add Al Astra Abyssos, traveler. May you inscribe the new legend in the desert sands. So this one really does involve the new area, I guess. I need to unlock the area. Or else I'll be going blind on this. Maybe the silly can guide us once again. Silly, come here, silly. Wait, what's that? That must be the sign of a Pausha, huh? Ah, so it's that one. It looks like it's like an invincible... invincible something there. Like, a dimension crack or something. Wait, what's that?
Stabilize! I will have order!
The wind rises.
You dare to gaze upon me?
Behold!
You even want this?
Yes, I want it. Oh, I'm seeing some signs of a waypoint, probably. Or... yeah, it's a sign of a waypoint.
There's no need to exchange pleasantries.
But my wonder is still too weak, so let's just use Hu Tao. Or maybe it would be better for me to use Ayaka.
Jackpot!
Now, what are these? Well, we're finally at the place where Catherine said. This looks pretty different from the place before. But first, let's go to the waypoint. The most important thing. There's something in here.
Gather!
A new mine? Oh.
This is how it must be.
My Mona is level 80 still, though. I still need a lot. Who are you? You guys don't look like Christ people of the desert, more like adventurers from a faraway land. No matter who you are, this is as far as you'll get. Please go back. We are here to resolve the issue regarding the sign of Apaosha. The sign of Apaosha? How do you know this name? We are adventurers who have an organization at our backs. Khvarena the Adventurers Guild told us, of course. Since you know of the sign of Apaosha, you must have heard of us. Shamania, right? Order of Skeptics. The desert passes points of restricted zone under a guard. As a ranger of the Order of Skeptics, I cannot let you pass, no matter what reason you may have. The Order of Skeptics? My apologies, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Piero, a member of the Order of Skeptics in charge of guarding this place. Order of Skeptics? Paimon remembers that Catherine told us to look for the Nagarjusits or something. Looks like Piero isn't the one we're looking for. Nagarjusits? That's just a derogatory name that those guys from the rainforest have for us. Lord Nagarjuna is a hero who fought against the Dev. Alongside the Divine Bird's heirs, he gained divine power to the right of Tinbat and put an end to the calamity. How dare they call such a great hero in our first Vijnanapati by his given name? Vinanapati by his given name. Wait, why am I telling you outsiders this? Are you two spies from the academia? We're here because we accepted a commission. We're here to take care of a problem. Ah, so you are the academia's henchmen. We've tried our best to keep a low profile, but still you've managed to find our trail. Still, I believe that the academia was full of cowards who would never dare to step foot into the desert. I won't lie, you've impressed me. Paimon didn't expect you to have such a strong opinion about the academia. Of course, Lord Nasuraya has said that we wouldn't have been reduced to this state if it weren't for them. Wait, so you are here to gather intelligence after all. I've revealed more than I should. Anyway, please leave. If this conversation continues, as unwilling as I might to do so, I would have to end you. What? You're the one who couldn't resist blabbing. Why are you putting the blame on to us? Also, there's no need to be rash. Alright, traveler, show Piero the token that Catherine gave us. He'll know what's going on once he sees it. Token? This had better be not some trick. Ta-da! Look, told you we weren't lying. What is this shabby drop? You call this a token? Did Catherine mix things up? You guys don't think you can bribe me with such a small thing, do you? Leave now or things will get nasty. Don't you underestimate us skeptics. Bring it on.
Stabilize!
Wind Strider!
Let me scribe. Take flight.
Cease, I say. Lady Sorush, why did you didn't have to attend to such trivial matters personally, let alone in front of these outsiders. We Pari appear before whoever we wish, and our volition is not for you mere mortals to question. How dare you overstep your bounds? This little thing is about Paimon's size, and the way she talks is kind of funny. Why is Piero calling lady in that reverent tone? Your sins will be judged, but the time for that has yet to come. The two of you over there, as envoys of the academia, it is only polite to state your names first now. Yeah, we should have introduced ourselves first, but that high and mighty attitude of yours is... My words and actions are not contrary to traditions and principles of the party. The same cannot be said for you nameless persons. Fine, we're not nameless. Paimon is Paimon, and he's traveler. We're adventurers who came here on a commission. We are here to look for the Order of Skeptics. I'm the one who is an adventurer. Hey, we adventure together all the time. I need only know your names. Your other trivialities do not concern me. However, as for that drum, that item has a profound connection with Aspari, and is not something that you mortals should possess. Traveler, I command you to present it to me immediately. Wait, at least sound nicer about it when you're asking for someone for a favor. Besides, that item is important to our commission. We're to hand it to the leader of this order of yours. If we give it to you and fail to complete the commission because of that, not only we might lose our reward, we might even have to pay Mora to the Adventurers Guild. That's a huge loss. Reward, Mora? To think that you risk your lives in a place fraught with peril for such frivolous reasons. You know nothing of what transpires here. One mistake would send your race tumbling into an eternal samsara, and yet you commit deeds that are beyond even our comprehension. You humans are such interesting beings. No matter, I shall bring you to the leader you speak of. This item remain worthy tribute, even if you should only present it to me after that meeting. That's more like it. Wait, that's still not right. We still have to deal with that huge hole in the sky, and if we don't... Huge hole? You're referring to the sign of Apaosha then? And you wish to quell this calamity with mere mortal coils? How presumptuous. It is the duty of Aspari to eradicate the sign of Apaosha, an endeavor that I, Sora, shall give my all to accomplish. To quell this calamity, I must follow in the footsteps of the divine bird, Seamerg, and sacrifice everything that one might call Sorush. To stand in my way is not a sin that one such as you may bear. Seamerg? Foolish beings, have you not heard of the divine bird Seamerg? She is the master of Khvarena, who once saved the land from destruction. Legend has it she split into infinite motes of Khvarena after her sacrifice whilst quelling the catastrophe. Sure, Paimon doesn't think that we'll need you to sacrifice yourself. In any case, this matter is far beyond your capabilities, and your intervention is futile. All you must do is bear silent witness as I transcend. You shall receive remuneration from this guild of yours so long as calamity is quelled, will you not? Still, do not forget to extol my virtues and laud my accomplishments. After all, even the greatest heroes shall require mere mortals like you to sing up their deeds. You need a... So what she needs is a bard like Venti. But Lady Sorush, the Vinanapati, has instructed us to forbid suspicious individuals from interfering before the ritual is completed. I have decided, and as a pari, my word is law. Alright, follow me. I shall take you to the leader you spoke of. But gird yourself all the same. The which lies ahead is not a place that human beings can easily set foot in. If you get lost or end up being eaten by some monster appearing out of nowhere, there shall be nothing I can do for you. She really talks a big game, huh? She looks like... I guess she is Sumeru's version of Endora. For some reason. Let's have Endora on our side. They look the same. I think they'll get along well. I'm seeing another sign of a waypoint. Is that a waypoint or is that the Archon statue? The path ahead of us is open and... Oh. Thank you very much.
Shadows of fate! My apologies!
The wind knows me.
As one with wind and cloud.
Order guide you.
Take flight!
There we go. What do you mean, Deb? Aren't these just abyss mages and hilly churls? To think you would easily defeat the rampaging Deb. Your strength is most radiant indeed. Consider me impressed. So in this part of Sumeru, they call the hilly churls the former the Conria people that turned into hilly churls as Dev. Though there is still quite the gap between you and us, Pari, the sight of you fighting violently reminds me of those humans of legend who once fought alongside us. I have decided that you shall have the honor of being my Yasnapati. Yasnapati? Paimon doesn't know what that is, but coming from you, it can't be anything good, really. Do you not have such things amongst humans, strategies, scribes, and the like? Those who exist to praise the heroes whose stories they exist in? Neither of those jobs are what you just described. No matter how great the hero, their great deeds must be recorded and sung of by others. If not, the same fate that befell ancient heroes shall befall them also. And though they may have loved violence and conflict, great deeds are still great deeds, and they deserve to be remembered. Alas, those who love conflict would be consumed by it, and once they had slain each other, they were all lost. And because there were no authors or poets to tell their deeds, once all who had lived in such times were gone, their works forgotten to the last. I will not be like them. My great work shall shine so gloriously that the world itself will suffer great loss to not know of it. Thus, I shall not give you permission to record those deeds. This is somehow like Zhongli's request, except with a high nose pointing to the sky. Rejoice and give thanks, for this is not a grace that you receive from us, Pari. This all sounds very complicated, but basically you just need someone to tell you how awesome you are, right? Not interested, thanks. Sounds like an alright gig. Couldn't you find a skeptic to help you out here? Out there? The skeptics? I may admire their spirit, but other than their leader, whom you mentioned previously, the rest are not fit for such work. But one of them were blocking our way. How can you... They speak all day of how conflict is the true nature of this world, but they have themselves lost all ability to engage in such. None of them will be able to witness my sacrifice to its end. Whatever the case, it has been decided. Fret not, you shall be free to do as you please once I have sacrificed myself to restore the pure skies. No, please don't. I don't want those kind of depressing things. Till then, you shall witness my valiant form. Well, sure, even if Paimon can't see it. She looks pretty cute, but her attitude's just the worst. Just thinking about it. Little what? Morning flower? I think if I read this morning flower of its description, it might end up, something that's not good. The path here is now dotted with great crystals. When I last left, it was not yet so. Great crystals? You mean the crystals we're seeing everywhere? Paimon's had her eye on them for a while. What are they? Great crystals are remnants of the Blackfire's embers, proof that this land has suffered great calamity. The calamity. Indeed, I'm sure you have heard that a great catastrophe struck long ago, where dark fire rose from beneath the earth and scorched the land. The dark fire opened a bottomless hollow in this land, and demons of death that crawled through the gap nearly turned this into a lightless realm. Though the gap was blocked by the great tree, the dark fire's filth spread like seeds, and the countless dark and painful memories released by the corruption began to lay down the roots and sprouts. Oh, that's interesting. She mentioned of a great tree. Is she talking about Irmin's soul? Other than Irmin's soul, I have not heard of any other that's called a great tree. This parish still the honored lord of Khvarena, the divine bird Seamerg, drank the primordial water left behind by our god, before transforming herself into Khvarena of all kinds and scattering across the land. Primordial water. From that day on, Khvarena has taken the Divine Bird's place in defending this land, and those painful memories that leaked out have been sealed by the Khvarena. What was left are these ubiquitous gray crystals. Though they seem no different from any other stone, they might contain objects that are yet to be purified. The gray crystals in the area have increased of late. I suspect that this must have something to do with the sign of Apaush's dark power. But if we use Khvarena's might, we can get rid of these crystals. If my sense do not deceive me, I'm wondering Khvarena should be nearby. Let us look around. Oh, it's probably that turtle-looking thing. That turtle-looking beast. This one? Why are you... Oh, wait. No, it's not. So it's... No, it's not. It's just really a beast. Oh. I wasn't sure what I was looking at. But, we need Zhongli right here. Grey crystals exploration. Grey crystals are left behind by the remnants of corruption. Use the power of Khvarena to clear them out, but once that power retreats, the grey crystals will re-emerge. Grey crystals are crystals left behind by the remnants of corruption. Use the power of Khvarena to clear them out, but once that power retreats, the grey crystals will re-emerge. It's just the same, though. Wait, shiny of the mirror? Wait, the crystals melted. Wait, I wasn't sure what was over now. This looks like another type of Sealy. Well, not exactly a Sealy. And I'm not sure what happened.
Solidify!
One with nature.
Whirling snow!
I wasn't done.
We could do with some more fortune.
Oh. Oh. Oh, I'm seeing another one.
We could do with some more fortune.
It looks like a researcher for the academia. Lady Soros, Khvarena's envoy, you have returned. Though it has taken much work on my part, the analysis of documents regarding the rite of Chinbat will soon be complete. According to my research, we need only collect the great songs of Khvarena next, and your great work may be completed. Wait a moment, you two are? Don't fret, they are Traveler and Paimon, my newly chosen Yasnapati and his companion. Yasnapati and his companion. They are here to witness my great work. He now, Paimon has agreed to that yet. Yasnapati, you say? Though I will not question your most astute judgment, I fear that allowing ignorant outsiders into this land before the rite of Chinbat is complete may have untoward effects. Know that people of the Academia Shield do not desire the right's completion. Speak no further, I have my reasons for doing this. Well then, take the drum from before our traveler and Pieman. You bring the dam out as agreed. Acoribantes? Acoribantes, you say? Yes, this is an important catalyst for the ritual needed to forge the opa between ourselves and the party. I have searched for many years for this. To think it now comes to me. This is indeed a good omen for my future plans. Future plans? That sounds suspicious. Whenever someone says future plans, it sounds suspicious to me always. It would be good if the fates will also be with me when I lead the Order of Skeptics to throw down the Academia and burn their House of the Anna, or whatever they call it, to the ground. See? Suspicious. Wow, what a way to casually paint yourself as a villain, huh? Villain? Ha! The Academia are the true villains here, have no doubt of that. I forgot my introductions. I am Nasehuna, the Vinalapati of the Order of Skeptics. We who cultivate ourselves here. If you would use the terminology of the Academia, I would be the equivalent of a sage. But I doubt those pampered folk would care much for what we at the margins call ourselves. You do not look much like those Academia might send. We're just passing adventurers, fair enough. Though in truth, it would not matter even if you were to be from that rotted place. Even if the entire corps of 30 were to be sent here, my plans could not be halted. Well, whatever your plans are, we didn't come here to stop them, that's for sure. Ha! So they would all say, those treacherous lot in the Academia, and when my guard is down, you would stab me in the back. Just like those people in funny masks who tried to skulk about and steal our academic tomes. They even dare to attack our honored envoy of Khvarena, Lady Sorush. And they met defeat at my hands, each one of them. I'm guessing those were the Fatui. Oh yeah, I thought at first that it was the Helichurls, because Helichurls also have masks, but it seems that I completely forgot the Fatui. So the Fatui are also involved in this, huh? The Fatui, I know not of what to speak, but they were city folk, so I doubt the Academe would be far behind in the shadows. Do not look upon us as some miserable few who inhabit the Tamir Mountains. We once had such numbers that all the desert north of Mount Damavand would struggle to hold us. It is only because of our harsh environment and the slander and ostracism by the Academia that we have been reduced to this. If it was not for such sage souls as myself holding things together in the protection of Khvarena, we skeptics would have been reduced to nothing long ago. Sounds like quite a disagreement, yes. Catherine said that you have your differences, but it sure looks to Pieman like you skeptics really hate the Academia. Say not hate, but rather that we simply cannot coexist. When I say yeah, I did go there to learn and attempt to mend our differences, but they treated me like an outsider. Though they feign politeness by calling us a branch of the Academia, this is not but a means to belittle us. He has no idea that the Academia has been turned over to the Archon now. It is said that our predecessors had a clash of ideals with them and so chose to go into the desert to stand against the darkness themselves. I'm definitely for sure that Al-Haytham would be very interested in this. From that day on, we have been holding firm in the war against defilement, defending our land, and what have those useless louses have been doing in the meantime? Compared to those pampered pedants, we who combine thought, word, and deed far better serve honor for our wisdom. Paimon doesn't quite get it. You need only understand that conflict is the true nature of this world. Khvarena and purity, Darien, the true way. It is the struggles for supremacy that have kept this world alive, just as surely at the sky dust. Those sophists and their fancy darshans believe that the fates of all are inscribed in the skies and that this is the supreme wisdom and truth. But look, the skies reflect defilement itself. Surely the truth then is an imperfect thing. Perhaps nothing is truly perfect. This logic seems a tad messy. Perhaps nothing is truly perfect. You think thus? Then we might yet be friends. If time permits, we may discuss this in more detail. Nestoraya, this is not the time to talk about such things. Have you not seen how the great crystals hem us in ever more tightly? If we do not extinguish the sign of Apostle, soon things will grow most perilous indeed. Well, speaking of the sign, right, that's right. We were tasked to fix this whole thing, but after all this talking, we still don't know what it's supposed to be. Well, our plans also involve extinguishing the celestial mark. As for what it is, if it might be described as anything, let us call it the water's surface. The water's surface? Your explanation just make things more confusing. The water's reflection, while an illusion nonetheless, hides a truth within itself. So it is with the skies. It is like a mirage if you have seen those before. That big hole up there is way spookier than any mirage. Well, it should be, for that celestial sign reflects an otherworldly hellscape. Long, long ago, Dari, Khvarena. Oh, so they're calling Khvarena as Dari. Once built a facility here that connected them to realms beyond. During the great disaster which they say the Dari started, monsters swarmed from the very facility into the nations of the world. The monsters tore open a great rift that came to be called the Tunigi Hollow, and though they were sealed away with the new vein of the ancient tree, this mysterious sign appeared along with that. What the sign reflects is that which lies beyond the dark rift, and though the monsters cannot enter the vat through that illusion, it nonetheless radiates corrupt energies. They say that our very Vinanapati extinguished that strange sign together with the Pari, but as the power of impurity is strengthened over time, this ancient symbol has appeared once more, and we should leave it, but who knows? That hollow may truly re-emerge one day and that ancient war will be reenacted. In truth, it might be interesting to live in such exciting times. Why? No, that wouldn't be interesting at all. It matters not. Sumeru drank the Amarita left behind by our god, transmuting herself into limitless Khvarena. As the heirs to the divine bird, solving problem is the mission that we Pari have. I, Sorush, will surely leave behind a work great enough to be her equal. They call Khvarena a divine bird, but she doesn't look anything like a bird to me though. And she calls herself, yeah, the heiress, but she doesn't look anything like a bird to me. She looks more like, you know, the Locks, the one that came from Fontaine. Of course, Khvarena's envoy and we of the Order Skeptic shall surely help you see your duty through. What's with all this talk about sacrifices that really necessary to solve this problem? Well, in truth, I do not know. All documents regarding the sign of Apostle having long been lost, and the traditions and rites surrounding it have also been ceased to be passed down. If it had not been for me constantly looking up what documents were left, there might not have been any more left to know that the rite of Chinvat existed at all. According to my research, the power descendants of Themurg, and should therefore also have the power to transfer into Khvarena to purify the land. And you would not say that a grand sacrifice to save the world on the part of the divine bird's heirs very much suits our order's style? What? That's so haphazard. This sacrifice you're talking about doesn't sound like a small thing either. Why aren't we thinking of other ways to solve this issue? I'm sure there's gotta be some alternative, right, Traveler? It's always been this way, hasn't it? I am very good at my job after all. Already said that you need not interfere, simply witnessing my sacrifice shall suffice. It is something we're celebrating that we partly should sacrifice our lives to purify the earth. Well, you say that, but I would ask that you keep a respectful distance from that which you do not comprehend, outsiders. But since this is the case, well, I was planning to investigate the Tunigi Hollow to make preparations for the rite of Chinvat anyway. Why don't you come along? I trust that you also wish to see the scars left behind by a fissure that once led by our world's bounds. It sounds like this, fissure, this sign of Apaosha, is similar to what happened to the chasm. When you see it, I believe you shall understand. Well, Paimon is kinda curious. A sound plan. In that case, I shall lead the way. After all, you would find it impossible to really traverse this land where Khvarena battles against impurity. Miss Yasnapati. Miss my Yasnapati, follow me to the end. Watch me complete my mission. Sora's Bloom Guard of the Power Explanation Knowledge. Pari are very mysterious creatures, and as the Bloom Guard of her race, Sorush can replace her characters to fly and move. When Sorush is in flight, your character will stay in place to await her return. Oh, while in flight, Sorush can ascend, descend, and can use the accelerate skill to increase her flight. Sorush cannot be too far from your character, though a Bloom Guard should never abandon others. After all, she's a Bloom Guard. Sorush, Bloom Guard of the Powery. Sorush can call upon the special energies within items around which Mysterious may fly, stance. Press Sorush's interact skill to allow her to use her power to guide the might of Khvarena. Hold her interact skill to cause her to stop and continuously channel Khvarena's might. During this time, you can control your character freely. As a party, Sorush can also perceive some things beyond normal human sight. Isn't this like the similar to the in that case you may take a place or may fit a place of my body, and this I shall simply call you Pale Floater. You are after all as foolish as a spectre. Objection, Prime is not going to take that coming from someone who's more like an annoying something. So does that mean that so she's a permanent one. Okay. Oh, but she looks different in here. Yeah, she does look different. So first, where is that? Where is this?
Stabilize!
When the rest card transform. Oh, we can't use that one. Oh, it's here? Go to Tungi Hollow, but wait, how do we activate it? Left control? Space, oh. We can't do anything about that though. Oh, I see the statue. How do we activate that? Just a minute. Gray crystals. Wait, we got something. Plumes of purifying light. Plumes of purifying light. The fragments left behind by the entities Khvarena who use up their strength. Only power such as Sorush can retrieve them. Plumes will flee when Sorush approaches. She must successfully give chase to retrieve such plumes. Oh, okay. So we need to... Ah, no. This is something that I am not very good with. Chasing. Oh, we need to don't stray too far from your companion. Oh. Ah, this is so not good. Wait. Oh, it's so far away. Wait just a minute. Ah. It's so troublesome. Okay, we got it. Okay, first off, let me just... Ah, why didn't we? Alright, please open the way. The world's open is open for those who noble heart. Oh, we do have the... So this is the new... Is this an abyss? An abyss similar to the Herald? I still need 2 more. Okay. Let me just do this last one and then I'll stop. Is that deep pit the Tanigi Hollow you were talking about earlier? There's super huge crystals over there. Over the place, even bigger than the ones we saw before. They look scarier too. These were once huge trees used to seal and subdue the creatures of the dark depths. The power of the violence corrupted them, warping them into such forms as you see now. Since the monsters have been sealed, it sure doesn't look like anyone needs to sacrifice themselves again. That is why we must use the power of Khvarena to reopen the way. Hey, wouldn't that release the monsters again? They took so much effort to seal too. No, I mean that we must open the path to the sign of Abaosha. The way to the rift in the earth was sealed long ago. It can never lead to the true darkness again. But that is exactly why that sealed rift does indeed connect to the illusion of the abyss. We need only use the great songs of Khvarena to stabilize the seal before initiating the rite of Tinvat to pass through the darkness and reach the sign. The great songs of Khvarena, they are the mightiest manifestations of Khvarena scattered throughout the world. We can use the great songs to initiate the rite of Tinvat. After that, we can open up a path to the darkness. Just as legend holds that first Vijayapati Nagarjuna and the Pari did. That's all well and good, but What will we do once we reach the site that the sign is on? I do not know what happens after that. I have encountered legends that our first Vishnanapati Nagarjuna was lifted up to the heavens where he used divine power to extinguish the sign, but that, I feel, is mere myth. I believe the Khvarena's envoys will have some way. Since they can purify the defiling impurities, they must also have some way to extinguish the sign. Did Soros not also say that she wishes to imitate the sacrifice of Sumeru? The world is bent upon conflict and sacrifice after all. Well, that's what Soros says, sure, but that's way too irresponsible of you. Oh, don't fret. Before the necessity of any sacrifice can be ascertained, we must still bring the great songs of Khvarena together. At the moment, we have yet to take even the first step forward. Aha, says the guy who's been talking this whole time. Well, basically, only the Pari has been chosen as a bloom guard can touch the great songs, but our current envoy, Lady Soros, has yet to obtain that right. Is that so? For all that bluster, you really aren't all that, huh, Soros? You dare speak to me like that, pale floater. Well, Paimon isn't a pale floater. Only by obtaining the twin-horned chaplet may she become the bloom guard, being able to gather the power of Khvarena. As such, she must first be acknowledged by Lady Zorban, the first Pari. She is the mighty Pari who once fought alongside her ancestor. It is said that she was a very Pari who fought alongside ancient heroes to subdue the embers of the abyss. That elder of ours is utterly unreasonable. She refuses to acknowledge my dearest desire. I'm afraid there's nothing I can do about that. Still, even without the twin-horned chaplet, my sacrifice will suffice to accomplish this deed. Of course, I do not intend to doubt her desire to sacrifice herself this way, but if you are unable to perform the rite and pass through the dark hollow, your wish will not be fulfilled nonetheless. However, I do have a suggestion. Lady Soros called you her Yasnapati, did she not? Why don't you go with her to the Warukasha Oasis? That is where Lady Zorvan may be found. Perhaps Lady Zorvan may yet change her mind. Did she see that we humans view Lady Soros as the predestined envoy? And why aren't you going? Yeah, well, I am her Yasnapati after all. Well, we've got a commission to... And why aren't you going? Well, as for me, she would certainly look down on a bookish man like me, considering her many years of experience. If she looked upon me, I doubt she would ever change her mind again. Haha. Haha. This is the only method we have at present. Change our current situation, so please, do go with Lady Soros to the secret place protected by the Khvarena. Why aren't you a sneaky one? Looks like you're the only person coincidentally out of a job. Of course not. There's much I must do. For example, the preparations for the rite of Tinbat still must be done. I must also consult the words of the ancient scribes once more to ascertain the locations of the great songs. As for the Kori drum you brought, I believe I may now form a connection with the Pari who sleeps at present once more. Their awakening is necessary for the rite of Tinbat to occur. Regardless, I leave the matter of the twin-horned chaplet to you two. Once everything is complete, let's meet at the campsite upon the Tamir Mountains. Well, so we have to look for the Pari Elder, right? Well, let's hope she isn't as nasty as Soros is. Okay, so where is... Oh, she's over there. I guess we can make our way. But, anyways, it's late, so... You have anything else to say? Nothing more. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I'll continue in another video. See you guys. What is that shiny thing over there? Is that a mineral too? Anyway, this definitely has Abyss Order involvement written all over here. Yep. Definitely for sure.